The offset command is yet another way to make copies of our entities. What makes the offset command special is that it makes parallel copies. Let's create some offsets. I'm going to open a drawing. I'm going to come up and click my Open icon. Inside the Exercise Files folder, we're going to go under Chapter 7, and we're going to open up the number 3 drawing, which is the offset drawing. I will highlight that guy and click Open. Now I've got some abstract geometry on my screen. We're going to play around with this first to learn how the offset command works. Let's create an offset of this arc. Now remember, an offset is a parallel copy. To create an offset, I'm going to come over to my Modify toolbar, and I'm going to click on the offset icon. When I do, AutoCAD's asking me to specify the offset distance. I'm going to type in a distance of 1. I'll just type the number 1 and hit Enter. Now AutoCAD's asking me to select Object to offset. We can only offset one object at a time. So I'm going to come over and click this object. And when I do, AutoCAD is now asking me to specify point on side to offset. Since I'm creating a parallel copy, on which side of the entity would you like the copy? I'm going to click on this side of the entity. As soon as I click, AutoCAD creates a copy that is 1 unit away. Notice I'm still in the offset command. That means I could click this circle, and I could create a copy on the inside. I could click the same circle again, since I'm still in the offset command, and I can click outside the circle and create a copy on the outside. Offset is kind of like the command that doesn't know when to quit. If you want to get out of the offset command, you have to right-click and select Enter, or hit your Escape key. I'm going to create one more offset. Let's come over and launch the offset command. I will click the icon in the Modify toolbar. AutoCAD's asking me to specify distance. Notice it remembers the previous value. This time I'm going to type in a distance of 0.5 and hit Enter. AutoCAD's now asking me to select Object to offset. I'll click this line, and now I need to pick a side. Be careful if you have running object snaps set. Notice if I'm too close to this line, notice AutoCAD's wanting to grab the endpoint. Remember that my job right now is telling AutoCAD which side of the line I want to create my offset. If I'm not paying attention and I click here, well, that point falls right on the line, and then AutoCAD's going to have to guess which side I meant. Okay, so be careful if you have a running object snap with offset. Make sure you're far enough away. Let me click below the line, and AutoCAD creates my offset. Now, once again, I'm still in the command. Let me hit my Escape key to get out. Let's try and use the offset command in a practical example. I'm going to back up. We'll pan over. I've got a very big drawing. This is a civil engineering example. So in this drawing, every unit equals 1 foot. Now I've got a building. This represents a restaurant, and I've got a proposed parking lot. I'd like to create the foundation for my restaurant building. I would like to offset this line 1 foot to the inside. Let me zoom in. I'm going to launch my offset command. AutoCAD's asking me to specify offset distance. I'm going to type in 1 for my distance, because remember, 1 unit equals 1 foot. Let me hit Enter. AutoCAD asks me to select Object to offset. Let me grab this one. I just selected that object, and if I back up, I can see I just grabbed the entire building, which is perfect. Now I need to specify which side of the line I would like to create my parallel copy. Well, I'm just going to click inside the building to create the offset. When I'm done with the command, I'm going to hit Escape. We can also use the offset command to finish our parking stripes. Now, a typical parking stall is 9 feet wide, so I'm going to offset this parking stripe 9 feet. Let me launch the offset command. What's my distance? 9. Every unit equals a foot, so I'll hit Enter. Select Object to offset. I will offset this line to this side. I will offset this line to this side. As fun as that is, that can be tedious, especially if I had several parking stalls. Let me click one more line, and when I do, notice we have the sub option of multiple. If I right-click, I'm going to select multiple because I'd like to create multiple offsets. Now that I'm in the multiple option, all I have to do is continuously left-click. And each time I left-click my mouse, AutoCAD will produce a new 9-foot offset from the latest copy. When I'm done, I can hit Escape to get out of the command. I want to show you one more thing. Let's zoom in. This is the entrance to my parking lot. This cyan line represents my property line. I can use offset to find locations in space. Let's say that this stop sign by ordinance needs to be 3 feet back from the property line and 3 feet back from the edge of pavement. Let's find that location. I'm going to use the offset command. I'll click offset. What's my distance? 3. Enter. I will offset my property line. I'll click this guy and I'll offset him in this direction. I will come over then, since I'm still in the command, and I'll grab the edge of pavement, and I'll offset that in this direction, where those two lines intersect. That is the exact location where I can place my sign. Let me hit Escape to cancel my offset command. Let's move this sign where he should be. I'm going to use the Move command. We'll click Move. AutoCAD says Select Objects. I'll grab this one, and I'll right-click to finish the selection. Where do I want to pick him up from? I've got a running object snap of center, so I'm just going to move AutoCAD's cursor right on the arc and click. And where do I want to place him? I want to place him to the intersection. Now, I don't have intersection set for a running object snap, so I'm going to come over and grab it from the toolbar. I'll click Intersection. I want to drop him to the intersection here. When I'm all done, I can click one line, click the other line, and we'll just click our Erase icon to get rid of them. The Offset command is probably one of AutoCAD's most powerful tools. Not only is it great for making parallel copies, it's also fantastic for finding locations in space.